Hello and welcome to On the Food Scene with Steve. I'm here at the beautiful, beautiful Omni Grove Park in Asheville, North Carolina. And with me is the executive chef, Josh Thompson, who's just joined the property recently. Chef, thanks for spending a few moments with me talking about what you do here and what your plans are and this beautiful, beautiful dish in front of me.
It's my pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Sure. So you arrived about 2 months ago and you were involved with how many venues here at the hotel?
Well, on this side of the hotel, we're located close to the Salmon's Wing. So there we have View 1913, which is our American brasserie. So a little bit more high-end, a little white tablecloth, but keeping food rustic and certainly regional in what we do here. And then we're sitting right now in Edison Craft Ales and Kitchen, which is where this dish comes from, which is chock full of every microbrewery. Certainly we're in ground zero when it comes to amazing beers and just really rustic regional cuisine. Trying to be hyper seasonal if we can, not only changing the menus within the seasons, but changing them within those weeks as well. We've got some great farmers. One that we use constantly for most of the stuff is Ivy Creek Farms, not far away. And I'm always getting emails, hey, we've got 10 pounds of this, or we've got 20 pounds of this. So we're constantly wanting to change it up.
So you have to be creative based upon what their availability is and what they're bringing to you each day here at the restaurant.
Yeah, but that's what we do. That's the fun of it all.
Sure. And from my understanding, a very high percentage of your products are locally sourced.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to probably, with me being here, even delve into it even deeper. Obviously, we have a lot of volume, so we certainly need the vendors that can keep up with that.
Sure.
But that's the fun of it. I think I don't understand that you have a world-class hotel and the guests come here. They don't want to eat fish from the Florida Keys or meat from California. And there's nothing wrong with it. I'm a carpetbagger. I've traveled the world and cooked in those places, and I've said the same thing when I've been in those different regions. But I think it's incredibly important that we cook regional and seasonal, promoting everybody that's around us.
My dinner last night was a wonderful North Carolina fish. What was the name of that fish? It starts with an A. Maybe.
Amberjack.
Yes. I've never had that before, but that was out of this world.
Yeah, very nice meaty fish.
Yeah, it's always interesting to try a fish that is indigenous to an area where I'm traveling to.
Yeah, trout is right over yonder looking out the windows, but obviously we're not far from the coast, and we want to use everything that's local from the coast as well.
And I also know that you have a chef garden. Tell me a little about that.
Yeah, right outside, down below our Sunset Terrace, which is our signature steakhouse. It's chock full of herbs and other vegetables. We use a lot of it for a lot of the drinks and gets muddled into that. But plant on tomatoes and a whole bunch of other stuff. And we work with Ivy Creek in helping us plant it and maintain it.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing. This property here is 104 years old, and it's so grand and beautiful. You walk around, it's like, oh my goodness, is this for real? I remember many years ago reading the magazines, the trade magazines, seeing beautiful photos of the place, and I said, this is probably 25 years ago. One of these days I'm going to get here, and here I am. And many people come to the Grove Park Inn, I know, for the spectacular views of the mountains, and they are spectacular. And the restaurant, the Sunset Terrace, is one of the locations that I've noticed people eating and having drinks. Tell us a little about that venue and the other ones as well.
Yeah, the Sunset Terrace is our steakhouse, prime meat, seafood. I also consider it not maybe your grandfather's steakhouse. We're looking for a little more modern touches and plating and what you can add to your steaks. The view is spectacular, and right below that, if you wanted to start out, we have the Sunset Terrace Cafe, so we have drinks and a smaller menu as well.
And I know that for those people that want something to grab and go, we have the marketplace too, I believe.
We have the marketplace down on the Vanderbilt side of the building, Vanderbilt, and handcrafted sandwiches, pizzas, array of pickled vegetables and things that we make in-house, and of course, you can always buy a t-shirt and a hat.
Yes, and I'm going to do that too. Another one of the venues is Edison's Craft Ales and Kitchen, and I know that this area has 65 different breweries. So how does that work with your restaurant here?
I love suds, so it works really fine. So basically, we are in Beer City, USA, Asheville, North Carolina. We've got 10 North Carolina beers on tap, and 9 of which come within blocks of here. So really, really exciting.
And what kind of food is served in there?
Incredibly regional. Again, you're going to get tired of me saying that. Very local, definitely a little bit more relaxed and comforty, but a ton of fun.
And that is open for lunch and dinner?
We're open for dinner 7 days a week. On Saturdays and Sundays, we're open for lunch. And in the winter months, we'll be open for lunch as well.
Terrific. So there's a lot of opportunity for a lot of exploration of wonderful food here at the Omni Grove Market. Now, the restaurant View 1913 has panoramic views of the mountains, the sunsets, which are spectacular, and downtown Asheville. And that restaurant is a beautiful location as well. What is the concept, and where are you going to take that restaurant to?
I think it's another great color in the crayon box, as I would say. It's spelled V-U-E, View, in French. And it's an American brasserie. So again, the American part is using what's local, using what's regional. There is a little higher end in reference to some of the ingredients that we use, but brasserie in the sense of that it's still fun, it's still very accessible. Some shareable items that will be prepared by the servers at tableside. So again, another great experience that someone could try.
But one of the nice things I noticed on the wine menu is that people can actually order most of the wine by the glass, and you have a huge wine selection on the menu.
Yeah, it's a best of excellence. We have somebody on staff. I think it's, again, another reason of how do you get the guests to try all these things. I think being wines by the glass is a great way to make that accessible.
And I love the term they use on the menu, glassable. I think it's so great. It's really unique. Chef, tell me a little about this beautiful dish that's sitting in front of us here. It's been so colorful to look at, and I'm curious to know what it is.
Well, just like everything we do, I think the concept needs to be simple and seasonal. And here we've got some beautiful heirloom tomatoes with some compressed watermelon, shaved radish, almond hummus, and a little basil-infused extra virgin olive oil. Some grilled bread on the side. It's something that's going to be going on the menu here at Edison Craft Ales and Kitchen. So really simple.
And if the home cook doesn't want to compress the watermelon, which you said is quite easy,
then don't. Cut it and put it on the plate.
It's just the beginning.
Our recipes are only a guide.
That's it, just take the basics and make it your own. So I want to thank you for your time. I know you got to get back into that busy kitchen of yours here. And for those of you that are looking for a great getaway, you really need to come to Asheville, North Carolina. I have had a ball here. The hotel is spectacular. The food scene in Asheville is wonderful. It's something that I never expected. So do make a trip to the Omni Grove Park Inn. And the website for the hotel is www.omnihotels.com, and I guess you can just plug in the Grove Park Inn and you will find it. For On the Food Scene with Steve, I'm here with the executive chef, Josh Thompson.
Don't cook, make reservations.